Hey y'all. Well, wanted to give you an update. Things are going well because of God, because of His peace, and it passes human understanding. I'm so thankful for my man. I just have such a gratitude coming out and praising God. Doesn't mean that I don't count each hour of the distance and time away from Wayman. But I know he's right where he needs to be, and that's with his Savior. So I'm thankful. Yeah, tomorrow's visitation in the afternoon, and then our service final celebration for him is Friday afternoon. And we're good. Man, I didn't know it would be so hard. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it would be this hard. So I feel like I'm on an ocean with waves like crashing on me. I told my neighbors, if you hear coyotes howling with deep groanings, that's me. It usually hits me 4 to 8 times a day where I'm just groaning and moaning and deeply grieving for my man. But then I am smiling and full of thanks, y'all. I've never, I've never experienced anything like this. I've lost my parents, but I've never lost my man. And so it's amazing. It's amazingly hard. It's an amazingly hard journey. But I feel loved by God in new ways. I feel His very presence. I feel your prayers. Like, I have such a peace and I have such a joy, and God is just taking every step that I just don't need to worry with. Let's see. I think I'm going to be speaking and sharing a little bit at Wayman's celebration of life on Friday afternoon. And so I was just thinking about all of our time together, and y'all, we walked every day. In the first 30 years of our marriage, we walked at least 3 miles a day. So just if I think of the first 30 years and only doing 5 days a week, y'all, I walked 27,000 miles with him. And we held hands. 27,000 miles. Like, that is crazy. But that's God. Like, that's what we did. And so he loved me. He served me. And it just, my eyes are full of thankfulness and gratefulness to God. My heart is full of thankfulness and gratefulness to God for that. But I wanted to tell you, something happened. It was in the night, last night, or before I went to sleep, but I couldn't stop thinking, because Wayman, let's see, not last year, not in 2019, but in 2018, y'all, he framed 400 of my 600 paintings. I think I painted 635 that year, and he framed 400 of them. He told me, you're painting them faster than I can frame them. And so in 2019, I'm like, I've got to start doing gallery wrap. Like, he was worn out with all those frames. But he did frame some for me last year, but he made like a shadow box frame on some of them. And it was last night in the night, I'm like, I've got to get some of those paintings that are for sale in stores that have that shadow box frame, and they're going to be mine, and they're not for sale. So y'all, this morning, I called the one store in the Woodlands, and they didn't answer. I don't know, maybe they weren't open yet, but I texted my friend, Michelle, that's there, and she'll probably be watching this. And I'm like, here's a picture of this painting. Like, it needs to come off the wall because I need it. It had a beautiful shadow box paint frame that he had made. And the name of the painting is something like I'm watching over you, or I'm waiting for you, taking care of you, something like that. She told me today, but I was driving and I didn't write it down. But it's like very precious. Like God knew that this angel would be hanging in my home in this frame. And then I called the store in Fredericksburg, Loca on Main. I said, walk around the store, tell me all the paintings that are on your walls that are frames that he made. And so there's one of a barn and a windmill, and it has a beautiful shadow box frame. So they took it off the wall, and I'll get it in a week or whenever I get over there. But I'm so excited to have 2 paintings that I painted, but he framed them. So it's like, he's not going to frame anymore. So I had to grab them while I could before somebody else bought them. So they're mine now. So it's hard, but y'all, I'm so thankful, and I'm losing it right now. So just thank you for your prayers. It's really amazing. Our kids are home all together, our boys. Our 2 sons are going to be officiating at his service, at his celebration. Like, what a privilege for this legacy to be, following through. And if you've read my book, then you know the miracle of our sons. And if you haven't bought my book, y'all, oh my word, I need to reread it. Small Beginnings, A Journey to the Impossible. Like, that's God. I feel like God is telling me, it's Psalm, now I can't remember. I think it's Psalm 27:14. The goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. My brain is a little foggy, but the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Like, whoa, that's what we've been doing. So I miss him. What God's told me, I feel like whispered to me, is I want you to do one thing, like be with me in this present moment. Do not think too much of the future. Like, that is too hard. So just be with me right now in this place, in this space. I'm with you, and I will help you, and I want you to watch how I'm working everything out. And so I have to tell you,